Hello there YouTube, Conspiracy Boy here for Back in the Day Toys. Oh, we have an exhausting car boot haul video. There's a lot to get through, so I'll try and be as brief as possible in all places. Before we dive straight into the car boot, I have Wednesdays off from work as well as Sundays, and I've recently found out that there's a supposed collector's market that goes on a couple of towns over from me. All excited, I bumbled over early in the morning one day, only to find it was full of the same people that I see selling car boot sales, selling it indoors on a Wednesday in a little covet market. So I walked in and out in about 10 minutes. I did, however, walk round the corner to like a pop-up charity shop. It was mainly just books. I walked around and saw that. One of my friends has told me that this is worth a read. And as I was going to pay, they had some odd toys just sat on the side, and I just browsed over. They were only cuddly toys, but you know, occasionally you get lucky with a cuddly toy and find something as cool as a werebear. It was all soft and cuddly looking. He had his nice face on, and I even showed the lady in the shop. She charged me £1.50, even though it's 3 books for £1 and 50p a teddy bear. She said £1.50 for the two, but because it was a werebear, I thought even for £1.50 just for the bear, I couldn't really complain too much. So, chuffed. He's in really good condition, that one as well. A little sore there from the changeovers over the years, but everything else is pristine. So, yeah, really happy with that. So there were sort of charity shop finds during the week. And then here's the massive car boot haul. So I guess the first thing I would have picked up today, I sort of walked right past the first time. I sort of looked over it, didn't think too much of it. It's not a game I've ever heard of. Beware the spider. In his den the spider sleeps, touch the web and out he leaps. I can't really see how this works. It looks like you sit the spider here and this little switch flicks up and flicks the spider. I'm not sure if it still works. I mean, really, it should, but for the age of it, I did a quick eBay, but there was none on there. They wanted £3, I said I'd give them 2, and they said that was okay. I thought the box was in pretty good nick, though it has got damaged being in my rucksack on the way home. This side's still pristine though. Yeah. So it looks like there was some sort of foam backing that would have been on the spider, and it is now just disintegrated into nothing. The plastic bits still remain, though it looks like the lever might have been broken as well, in which case it might be completely useless. It might not have enough of a flick to flick the spider. I would imagine it had a big thing, but it's only something small, and it looks like it may have snapped. So it might be completely useless. And someone might just need the box, maybe, so I don't know. For £2 in such good nick, I thought it might be worth a gamble. Just like at the end of the last car boot I went to, speaking of boxes in good condition, the lady was saying she just wanted everything gone, and I said, how much for that? And she said there was 2 sets of the Playmobil advent calendars in, and I was really chuffed that she wanted 50p for the whole thing. It was all sealed with sellotape, but it's quite heavy, so I was excited, and it's literally only now, just before I started the video, I've looked inside, and it's literally just the cardboard boxes. There's none of the Playmobil in it at all, it's just literally cardboard. I mean, seriously, shouldn't I just put that in with the recycling? So yeah, that was probably the worst buy at 50p. I'm sure the Playmobil advent calendar retails probably for less than that. Anyway, let's move on to some more fun stuff. So, probably the best buy of the day came from the second car boot sale, where there was just a box of toys sat like that, and I just said, how much for the box? And he said, the whole box? I said, the whole box? He said £2. So I gave him the £2, and I peered in, and I just thought we'll wait till we get back before we get all excited. So I'm showing you the best stuff first now, guys. This is the best stuff of the whole haul. This is some sort of G1 Dinobot, I would assume. not in brilliant condition. I'll be honest, this leg is completely broken off from here all the way down. It's completely disjoined from the transformer. Its leg's completely snapped. But you can still clip it in here so that it sits together okay when it's in dinosaur mode. So it's good for displaying like that. You just couldn't display it as a transformer, unfortunately. But I didn't see that poking out the box. What I did see were a couple of Bucky O'Hare figures, a few Power Rangers, in surprisingly good nick actually. Some Mighty Max stuff. This is a Playmobil dump truck here. There's a Mighty Max Molten Man, and he's got one of the little figures inside but both of the bullets. There's also a Mighty Max playset there, one of the planes with one of the pieces. There's this Pokeball, which is some sort of handheld video game. There's another G1 transformer. There's another little G1 transformer. There's another little G1 transformer of some sort. A lot of these transformers are missing bits of them, I have to admit. There's not all complete ones. There was a couple of weird books in there as well that I can't really complain about. There was Spyro, Year of the Dragon. That's the booklet to go with the game. There's also Spyro 2 booklet. There's the front cover to Crash Bash on the PlayStation Platinum. There's a load of cards for the Harry Potter game. Loads of cards for. There was also a couple of Harry Potter stickers in there. I don't think any of them would be of any use, you know. I mean, they're only cards. This, which I think may be part of a transformer. I'm not 100% sure. It opens out like you would think a transformer would, and the colour scheme makes me think it could be. Plus, there's loads of other transformer related stuff in the box, so there's a good chance. There's another little G1, I think. And this one that I'm sure I picked up last week, but with more of it attached. That one seems to be missing bits compared to last week's ones. The other cool bits that were in the bottom of the box. Let's say were mainly these. So there's a little Mighty Max piece from the Lava Man playset. There's two miniature Bebops from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle playsets. There's a little piece of a turtle doing a slam dunk, Donatello on the back with a lollipop. Again, probably a Turtles playset. I think that might be part of a Turtles playset too. It might be too big for that though. It might go with possibly something else I got today in a different carboot sale entirely. That's the front of, rather the back of the Green Ranger's sort of necklace thing. And then the other stuff that was in here, I think this is one of the Extreme Ghostbusters. Can't remember for certain. It's just odds and ends. There might be bits of turtle play sets in here. I'm not 100% sure. So it's like a Playmobil stand for a fireplace. I got chatting to the fella. He was really nice, and he said that they had loads of Playmobil early on, but it all sold. I asked him if he had any toys like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is obviously my #1 collection. So I do love finding Transformers like that, as well as, well, anything from my childhood. And he said he did have some, and that there might be a chance he'd be bringing them to a car boot sale. And I was lucky enough to give him my number, so with a bit of luck, hopefully I'll maybe see some more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or other goodies, because that was the best stuff of the whole car boot sale, personally. I found this for 50p, which I thought might be of interest to our friend Nerdtastic Taylor. It's the first official new look Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's got the free transfers still attached. There's a big poster inside. Yeah, it was really, really good. I thought for 50p, couldn't go wrong. Looks really nice, that. I like that a lot. I also found this, again, at the last car boot sale of the day. I always expect the last car boot sale to be the one where I get the least and nothing of any value. They wanted £1 for this, and it's still sealed, both sides, never been opened, never been touched. I mean, for £1, you can't really turn stuff like that down. Much like this, I was walking past the stall at the second car boot, and it was just chaos. Like, you couldn't tell what was what. There was just a jumble of clothes, books, CDs, all just thrown out on like a duvet. And I just spotted this, and I thought, oh, it's probably just going to be the case to cats, isn't it? So I went over, I just had a little peer inside, and the game was still sealed in there. I mean, it's a terrible game, but it had all its inserts. So I thought, well, the way they've got everything at their stall, you know, might be worth an ask. So I rummage around a bit longer, and I find this duvet cover. It's quite nice material, sort of Chinese imprint. So I now have a Game Boy Advance game sealed and a duvet. And as I move the duvet around, I find this Nintendo DS guard case, still sealed, never opened, and this Polaroid photo paper, 40 sheets. So now I'm stood there with these strange selection of items, and I said, how much would you like for this lot? And they said, well, just give us 50p. So I thought, oh yeah, 50p, pound 50, it's £2, yeah, I'm happy with that. And they went, no, 50p for the lot, so like 12.5p each. And you, really? 12.5p? I mean, surely you can't hold these items in front of someone and say, yeah, I'll give you 10p a piece, and then be like, yeah, that's fine. Surely you want to make money at a car boot, but, I mean, I'm happy that people do that, but, jeez, just can't say no to something. Anyway, what else did we get? Oh, here's a selection of games and DVDs and whatnot. So, I got Ratchet and Clank, Locked and Loaded for 50p, and X-Men Legends, Rise of Apocalypse 2. I've started opening these up and actually looking at the back of the discs, and unless they seem in pretty much pristine condition, I'm chucking them back now. I'm only making exceptions in this scenario because I like Avatar, so I'm probably going to play it and keep it. And the Masters of the Universe one, just to see what He-Man was like in video game form. So all of those were 50p each. So that was £2. It was £2 for this one, Child of Eden on the Xbox 360. I don't actually have a Kinect sensor, but now I have a game that needs it. I'll probably have to pick one up. And then I got this little stack. Oh, I also got a DVD for £1. I prefer not to buy any more DVDs, but that's actually quite a good one that I don't have in my collection. So I'll get rid of the case and keep the insert in the disc. So this little lot. I saw a lady pull out of the back of a car. You've got The Sims 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expansions with it. Glamour lifestyle, family fun stuff, nightlife, open for business, and pets. They also have The Sims on Holiday, The Sims Unleashed, and The Sims Superstar. So I went over and I said, oh, how much are your games? And she said, well, I'll be really honest with you. I was looking for £3 a lot, but I'm not sure you can actually use them. And I said, oh, why is that? And she said, well, when you start playing these games, you have to like put in a code online, and I think because the code's been used, I think they might just be useless. And I said, so what you're telling me is I could spend my £3 and not ever play anything for it? She said, yeah. I said, oh, it's a big gamble for £3. I mean, could you do it for £2? And she said, no, £2.50 was as low as she could go. So I took the lot for £2.50. I don't know if she's right and these are just completely useless, or whether these are good to go. I asked my friends and they said that they think that it's fine and that you can just get the codes online or something, and it's not a problem. You only need to install them once and then you can sell them back on again or something like that. So yeah, apparently that could be good news. So there could have been a good buy there for £2.50. Another good buy. I was just walking past the stall on the second car boot and I spotted this guy from the Lord of the Rings, the Wraith Riders, whatever they're called. And this guy, I've seen him a few times before. I'm not sure what he's from. If I had to guess, I'd say it's that Huntnix show. I had some like
four-armed polar bear warrior from that before. They're actually really nice detailed figures. I have mine on display for quite a while. It looks like the similar sort of job to that. The jaw moves, I like the eyes. It's just a really nice figure, and figures like that I'd like to pick up and keep hold of. I asked the fella how much, and he said they were 20p each, so I thought, brilliant, we'll have that. And I spotted this on the floor next to it, the Mighty Max Castle playset. So I asked him how much for this as well, and he said 20p. So I gave him £1 and said keep the change, because sometimes people want to give stuff away and you just feel bad taking it at no money, like literally not even. So I give him £1, and as I walked off, the little boy, who was obviously his son, who was talking with his mum and their friend, came over and said, did you sell the castle? How much did you sell the castle for? And his dad wouldn't tell him, and I just thought, oh. And then he turned around and said something to his mum, and she was like, well, you wanted rid of it anyway, you know. I just felt a bit bad that, but still, his dad said it, so. I picked up this Sonic the Hedgehog money bank for 50p. I showed it to Orange Hedgehog because she's the lover of all things Sonic, and it is literally the coolest Sonic money bank I've ever seen. It's just so retro, old school. I do love that. I picked up some other random little bits in a 10p jar from the Kung Fu Panda series. I can't remember what these guys' names are. And a little Pocahontas toy as well. I picked this hat up by a clothing make called the Hundreds. I don't expect everyone to know of them, but they're one of the clothing makes that I really like to wear, but have incredibly expensive clothing from America. So you never get these. That went for 50p. I think if I cleaned it up and put it on eBay, I'd probably make £10, but it's the type of hat I can't afford to buy, so it's brilliant to find my sort of clothing at a car boot for a fraction of the price. Speaking of which, I recently purchased something very similar to this off of eBay for the lump-thing sum of about £10. It's a similar sort of height, but more of a darker orange colour. Yeah, it was about £11.95 including shipping. I thought it was quite a good deal, and almost the very next day after it was delivered, I found one at a car boot sale for £1. The light inside of it was missing a light bulb, and they'd also cut the end of the plug, so I've taken that off and we'll get that repaired. This one might even be rose quartz, whereas the other one was something else. But yeah, chuffed to find that for £1. She also had a little tea light holder as well that she wanted 50p for, and then she also had this that she wanted 50p for as well. I tried just getting those two for £1.50, but she didn't have any change, so I had to buy something else for 50p. She originally wanted £1 for this, but just to make sure she could pay me, I took this. It's still got all like the seal on it and everything. It says Country Market Duo Grinder Chilean Smoked Sea Salt. So you got the Chilean Smoked Sea Salt here, and I imagine this is just smoked sea salt up here. Turns out it's from Sainsbury's. But the best before date is 30th of September 2013. I can't see how salt and chili can go off, and I'd imagine they would have lived for quite a long time from when they was first purchased. But it's still all taped together, and it's never been used. So I'm not sure. I'll Google that afterwards and see if that's 50p well spent or 50p going in the bin. But hey, that's the joys of car booting. I've decided this week I'm going to show you guys everything I pick up, like not just like the stuff that might actually interest you, but also the stuff that possibly won't. Like, would you pick this up at a car boot sale? Would you leave it behind and be like, no, even for 50p I'm not messing with food and stuff like that? Because I'm getting more open-minded to these sort of thoughts the more I go car booting. For instance, my eyes was drawn to a table where I saw this pair of shoes. Let me put this to one side now. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's the weekend, conspiracy boy. We don't want to know what you get up to, but no, it's nothing like that. It's I've recently been watching another YouTuber called Joe Crispin, who does fantastic videos about what he finds at car boots and sells on eBay. He does well on shoes. These ones looked literally brand new, and the lady only wanted £2 for them. I saw inside that it said they were for your feet look gorgeous, and I'd never heard that company. I thought maybe they were off the internet. I didn't spot it saying new look, so maybe these aren't the most expensive shoes. but she wanted £2 for them, so I thought, well, that seems very cheap for what I imagine probably aren't the cheapest pair of shoes going. When I went over the pay, I noticed this. She had a bottle of Pekka organic hemp seed oil, which is sort of an alternative to olive oil, but it's incredibly expensive stuff. I think it's like £6 a bottle or something ridiculous. And then they also had this Pekka organic virgin coconut oil. I think this is about £10. They're both still sealed on the top, and they're well within their sell-by dates by like the next 12 months or so. She also had these Pekka Beauty products, all still new and sealed. And I'll be honest, I don't really know much about these products, but what I do know is that these are quite expensive products. These are the type of things that you pick up in Holland and Barrett that cost sort of 100 times the price of the cheapest thing you can purchase that do the same thing in the Tesco value section. But it's all like organic, good for you, and it's all still sealed. So I just took a gamble and said, how much did you want for this whole lot here? And she said £4. So I thought it's less than £1 an item. They're all in date. These are brilliant. I'll have it. So I took £6 for that little lot. I'm going to definitely put these on eBay straight away and see, what happens with those. I'm going to keep these for use for cooking because that's brilliant, and I'll split these to the point where I'll sell this one on because it's a double of this one, and these ones will be kept for a friend of mine. But we looked it up. One of these, I can't remember which one it was about £32. The other was sort of £14. They just seemed like incredibly expensive cosmetic items to pick up new for pennies. So yeah, as I say, what would you guys do? Would you buy brand new cosmetics at knockdown prices at car boot sales, or is that morally wrong? Is it against our principles to eat sealed food from car boot sales when it's really cheap prices? I mean, when it's in date's one thing. When it's out of date, it might not be any good. I also saw this, which I think was 50p. It might have been £1. It's like a nice little salt and basil chili flake, all sorts of weird and wonderful spices, all in a rack. They've only used one of them. All the rest are literally untouched. So yeah, that was either 50p or £1, and I thought, well, these cost like 76p for probably half of that in the supermarket, so went for that too. No sell-by date on that, but it's spices, isn't it? So nothing's really going to happen there. I found this as well. Glastonbury, the Park Crew women's t-shirt. Yeah, very cool, especially seeing as Glastonbury's coming up. There'll be a lot of interest in that. I found a store where people had just come back from Nepal, and they brought a load of things back that they were selling at the car boot sales at incredibly reasonable prices. They had this paper and envelopes, which was just amazing, for 20p. They had loads of these. I really should have picked up more, but I couldn't look inside to see what they were. So she said it was paper, but like the lady with the boxes, you don't quite grasp what she means at first. Another box full of envelopes and brightly coloured paper and whatnot. That one was £1. There was these wallets. These were 50p a piece, so I took 2 of those. They had these rucksacks. They were £1. They had these really cool lampshades. They were 50p each. Bought 5 of those. They had these shirts with these hand-woven prints inside for £1 a piece. So I took 4 of those because, the stitching alone's far superior to what we'd expect from a printed shirt in this country. So I think that whole little lot cost me something along the lines of £7. So yeah, that was pretty good. This is the limited edition London Playboy Tommy Hilfiger, or whatever it was. It was some deodorant that they had out. I think it was before Christmas, the year before last. And then they just took it off the shelves, and I never saw it since. Yeah, I rocked this smell for quite a while, so it's nice to see it out and about. There's no use by date on deodorant as far as I can tell, so it seems okay. I'm happy with that. Back onto toys. A cat dog toy. Very strange. Good old cat dog. That's not something you see every day.
Now I bought these for Jeff Solo. I showed them to him today and he said that he wasn't interested in them at all. So I'll definitely have to get rid of these on like eBay or something. I paid £1.50 for this. The lady said it was the complete set. I don't know if it's really the complete set. I don't know how I'd go around finding out. They do all have numbers on, but I guess I'm going to have to count up from 1 onwards, and yeah, none of them seem to be even close to being in order. If it is, maybe it's worth a couple of quid, but I paid £1.50, so I probably won't generate a nice bit of profit from it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll make a decision about whether it's even worth keeping them or whether it's just worth sacking them off or seeing if my uncles or cousins might be interested in them. Might be ones they had as a kid, perhaps. So yeah, I'll investigate those further. I was looking at a stall where the guy had loads of stuff for 50p. He had a nice looking watch, but it's currently too big for my wrist, so I've got to see if we're going to take it in. He wanted 50p for the watch. I found this, which I thought car boot collectors would love. It's like some big, massive 50-cent bling chain with some sort of spinning function to it. So yeah, it was 50p. I thought for £1, if I ever need to go to a costume party, I can definitely bling myself up with some ridiculous stuff. Yeah, so for £1, I was quite chuffed. Stuff like that makes me laugh. The same guy also had a load of lighters for 50p each, so I got these 2 knockoff Zippos at 50p each. They both need gas in them, but both flints work, so nothing needs changing. I'll just top the gas up, use them for a little while. Lighters are always notorious to keep hold of. I lose them all the time. I break them, they just go missing. So when you pick them up at 50p a piece, you don't really care when you lose them. When you buy the like 30 quid ones, it becomes risky and you go, nah, forget that. These little odds and ends, this was some crazy, in fact, madly, I picked that up and about 10 minutes later I picked up that bling chain and watch. This is some sort of World Industries figure. They have metallic feet because they used to stick onto skateboards and you could push them along, I think. He's got a big bag of money, he's got the bling round there. Can't see him having a watch because he's got this big puffer jacket, but yeah, that was 20p or 10p or something. So yeah, that's pretty good. These were in a 20p or a 10p box. I'm sure I already have one of this little dude, and car boot collectors were saying he was really interested in it. So yeah, now I have 2 of these, so even if I can't find that first one, there's definitely this one, though I think the first one's probably in your box already, dude. And then this guy, I think he might be from Star Wars. He's got a really bizarre shaped face, like God knows why they make characters like this nowadays. Yeah, I think it was from Star Wars. I thought for 10p or whatever, 20p, it was probably worth picking up. This was a little more expensive. This was £2 for the Amazing Spider-Man game. The lady assured me she'd opened it up and checked. It says it's by Marvel Comics, but it also says Peter Pan Playthings. Very strange. Still got the instructions in there. I did think I saw a date on it at some point. I think it said 1993. I pulled it out, I had a little look at the board. Yeah, Playthings 1993. It looked like it would be quite fun to play. I looked at these little bits. It looks like you can pop up a little city around, and you have a little Spider-Man character each, and all these playing cards. It looks actually complete, and in really good condition. She wanted £2. I thought, I can't argue with her. Again, it's probably something I'll hold on to because it's so bright and colourful. It's literally from the era when I was a kid. It's not something I ever had as a kid, but yeah, it's too cool for me to pass on, so I'll definitely be holding on to that. So that was another good buy. I found this from a really nice lady who only charged me 50p, and just before the video when I was moving everything around, I saw that was all it cost her anyway, and it was probably in better nick on the card when she got it. I picked it up because I know that Farrah Fines likes Gomiti, and he's recently come back onto YouTube, so I picked that up with him in mind. Didn't make anything from it, I'm afraid. I paid what they paid, but I thought for 50p you might be interested in Lord Sazaru. The same lady, later on in the day, I bought a few things from her. I walked past and she just chucked a cardboard box on the floor, and inside it she had these. And some of the cards are a little bit worn in places. I mean, they're not worn all over, it's not terrible, but some of them seem to have maybe been somewhere that was slightly moist. Maybe they put them in the garage or the attic, planning to give them to their son.
or something for Christmas or his birthday and whatnot. But anyway, I said how much did she want for them. She said she wanted £2 each. I offered her £5 the lot. She was quite happy with that. I think I said £5 the lot, she looked at me like, oh, she knew it was a good deal at £2 a piece, but we'd been friendly and chatting, and she said, yeah, just get rid of them, so I was really happy with these. These are really quite detailed. I mean, compared to the Lord of the Ring ones that I've picked up before, these look really good, and as I say, the card condition's not perfect, but it is in fairly good condition. If I do end up listing them anywhere, I'll obviously let people know. But yeah, I was happy to find those, and the price was right, sort of thing. £1.25 a figure carded is probably as good as it's going to get. I got this for 50p from a trader who also had this. I went in the attic of a friend's house the other day and found a spare pair of wings that go for this figure, but not the actual figure. Now I found the figure, but without the wings. He's missing a bit of his tail, almost always are. Surprising, he's still got that bit. But yeah, now I have a semi-perfect alien. This, I believe, was from Street Sharks. I don't actually have one of these at the moment, I don't think. The only reason I think that is it said Streetwise Designs 1995. So if anyone can shed some light on that, I'd be much obliged. But yeah, it was £1 for the two of those. From a trader as well, so I was really pleased. There's these assorted little bits that I found scattered in a box from the same person that sold me the boxed Mega Bloks Lego Halo stuff. Have I shown you guys that already? Maybe I haven't. Just in case I haven't, guys, there's a boxed Halo Authentic Collector Series, never been opened, that was £1. Before I bought that, I was rummaging in a bag that they had of just randomness. I pulled out this little furry Winnie the Pooh Disney toy, some Loch Ness Monster looking figure, and a couple of micro machines. They also had these Ninjago cards, and one of them was a shiny one saying provoke anger. I don't know if these things are worth anything, but they were asking like pennies a piece. These actually came from a different bundle. I'll find that in a moment. But yeah, so I think it was something like £1, 5p or something ridiculous for the Halo set. And it just seems some people giving stuff away, and the micro machines alone are worth at least a little bit. And I think when people are throwing pennies away, you can afford risking a penny or two on Winnie the Pooh. It's the type of thing where if you get quite a lot of Winnie the Pooh bits, you could maybe lump them together and it'd be worth something, but only when you pay pennies for them. Anyway, what else did we get? There was this Turtles plush toy. I think I picked that up for £1. The lady wouldn't go any lower. I just ended up taking it because I quite liked it. I got this from the lady with the Glastonbury t-shirt for £2. It's a Rubik's Cube looking speaker. She said many people didn't buy it because it had a USB power point instead of anything else, but you can just plug it into one of those sort of Apple or iPhone charger things, or any sort of smartphone where you plug the USB into the wall. So yeah, that'll be fine. It looks like a decent sized speaker inside there. Go next to the Tetris light that we bought a little while ago, and just adds to the overall geeky appearance of parts of my house. I also got this from the lady with all the little 20p toys. I think this was bundled in with the deal. She did want 20 whole pence for this. It's really soft, really soft. I love his little cheeky face. It still has the tags and everything. So yeah, 20p for that sort of light new was quite impressive. I do really like that. But I can't even remember that character being in the show, like, at all. These I got for 50p each. It's a big Star Wars Darth Vader. I've had one of these before in the past that actually had the lightsaber in his hand, and I ended up giving it away to someone. They never have the base to go with them, it seems, which is strange. They also had this little Batman trike thing, and this sort of AT Walker, probably from one of the more modern shows. She wanted sort of 50p each, so I thought £1.50. Could probably make it back on that one alone, and then these could be sort of fodder to chuck in with Star Wars packs and Batman packs, just to bulk them out a little bit. What was next? So this was one big store where this fella must have had quite a few kids.
not in a nasty way. He probably had like 4 children or something, so they had loads of toys accumulated, and they were just pulling them out and pulling them out and pulling them out, and it was too much to sort of keep up with. So out of their 10p box, I pulled out the Beast, which looks like the movie edition. I really like this figurine. I'm sure I don't have any like this before. They also have this Beast, which is still a nice figurine. I don't quite like it as much as this one, but yeah, again, really nice figurine. They also had this, which is from Gargoyles, and they had this little Magneto too. So I think I'd give him £1 again and said just keep it. Then I spotted this Harry Potter toy. They wanted £1 for that, and the fella was pulling stuff out of his car, and so it was just his son, sort of. He was young, probably sort of maybe 8 or 9, maybe 10 at the most. Yeah, was trying to like deal with all the customers, and he was getting a bit overworked. And someone was saying, "Oh, I don't know if I should even bother asking them how much it is." And I tried saying to her, "Ask them. Look how cheap they're selling stuff for, like 10 pence a pound. Just whatever you're interested in, just at least ask, because it's probably going cheap." And she seemed to get like all offended, like, "Oh, why are you telling me what to do with my money?" Like, she didn't say it, it was just the way she looked at me, and it was like, "Love, I'm just giving you a bit of advice. These people are giving stuff away, don't walk away from it." Anyway, speaking of giving away, some woman had separated all these sort of toys into a bag of teddy bears, bag of rocks, bag of figures. Bag of figures were just Ben 10, gourmet randomness, nothing of any like serious worth. And then they had this really, really badly beat up foot soldier. I think I've got one other foot soldier, and this one's had his eyes gouged out, and someone's gnawed his hand off. I pulled out, I said, "How much do you want for this one?" It's the only one I want, and it's had its hand pulled off. And she said, "Oh, go on, have it for 10p then." I went, "Yeah, alright." She said, "No, go on, have it for nothing. Have it for nothing. I didn't see his hand was knackered. You can just have it." She was like, "If I'd seen that, I would have just chucked it in the bin." I was like, "Oh, God. That's what happens. That's what everyone says. Oh, just chuck it in the bin." No, keep it. It's worth having. So she said, 10p, then free, so I give her 7 pence, and was like, "That's all I've got left from the car boot." Wasn't, that's all I digged out of my pocket. Anyway, 7p, so yeah, 7p, half-eaten foot soldier. I think this Pikachu was in that little lot that I just showed you, that was in the pounds and stuff. It's one of the ones that transforms into a little Pokeball and transforms back out. This one's really clean and neat. The one I had before was horrible condition, but that one's really nice. Got this random box of little bits. There's 25 pieces in here. The fella wanted £2.50. At the end I was a bit cheeky and said, "Can I chuck a 26 one in?" And he said, "I think you did alright for £2.50. And I went, "Can I still just chuck this one in?" And he went, "Yeah, go on then." So yeah, don't make that much of a fuss. This was the biggest item, some sort of Star Wars land speeder thing, maybe from the larger range. I don't know. So that was 10p. There was this little flubber thing. This was the cheeky bit I threw in at the end, because it has the flubber still in. It's gone all hard and minging. So yeah, that would be a cool thing to do an individual review of. I think that was a Burger King or a McDonald's toy. Yeah, McDonald's toy with the flubber inside. Very cool. Also got all of these. These are the promotional items they gave away with the Looney Tunes, Toon Squad from Space Jam. I think it was with some cereal. I mean, there's quite a lot of them there. I mean, how many were in the whole set? I've got 5 in one go there. I'm sure I've got more somewhere, but I don't know if I've got a complete set yet. There's a couple of the Monstars, not as many of those. There was one of these little bookmarks. I forget what these were, Frosties or Weetos or something. I don't know, it doesn't even say on the back. Croco London, who knows? Maybe they would. God knows what. There's a little Sonic the Hedgehog piece there. It's a little Robotnik. Did have 2 of these, but yeah, I was starting to take the mick a little bit with what I was picking up from this guy, so I had to cut down some stuff, but there's lots of Robotnik there. This one I really like. It's a little Super Mario wind-up thing. Oh, it's got a bit Lego stuck there. There we go. A little Super Mario guy. And some sort of like pullback. Yeah, so I really like that. That's very cool. A little miniature gladiators woman, but her face is just like mangled. I really hope you guys have been able to see what I was just doing there. I might go through that very quickly just in case you didn't. So yeah, gladiators woman, little Super Mario car, flubber box, Dr. Robotnik pullback toy, Monstars things, and yeah, it's good enough.
Anyway, they also had some sort of monsters in my pocket, 3 cereal toys, 10p each, a little Rattata in there, yeah, a Rattata, some mini Boglins, p a piece, this Thunderbird's toy. In fact, I think that came from somewhere else. That came from the kid with the Harry Potter figure. That was in the 10p box, with the Thunderbird 4 in there as well. Obviously it's the 1992 version, that's not really worth much. Little black Power Ranger figure, monster in my pocket thing. This was amazing. It's little Raphael. I think he used to sit on a skateboard on a Scalextrics track. Really chuffed to have that. One of these LGN things that I thought were what I got in the attic the other day. Now it does say on the back, I'm fairly certain that says LGN. No, it doesn't, it says LGT. Oh, 1991. Oh, there's another Brandon baby. I keep finding Brandon babies. And he also had the gemstone. By this point he was like, and the stone as well? And I was like, yeah, chuck it in. Another Monstars toy. Oh, I found that on another stall. And she only wanted 20p for that. That's a little mask figure there. So that was good. Right, what's next? I'm going to have to lean over the camera, I think, guys. Apologies for that. We are down to the last bag, YouTube. We are getting there, I promise. This big track. Now, apparently they re-released these big tracks. Now, I don't know how I tell if mine's an original. I think maybe it's not, because there were bits of it that were making noises. The whole way I walked around the car boot, this thing's doing all sorts of weird noises. And then it started roaming and doing madness. Yeah, I don't know how to get it to work. I'm probably just ramming buttons. Yeah, so it works. It's like one of these big track things. The wheels work on it. I don't know. It doesn't say an age on the bottom that I can notice. It just says importance, made in China. You know, nothing with a date of production on. So if anyone can tell me whether this is a decent vintage big track that's worth a couple of quid, or whether it's just some remodel that's not worth anything, I'd really appreciate it. Sorry if you just had a big shot of my face on screen. What else did I get? This was the same people with the Spidey book thing. They had these sealed packs of Overpower Tournament Training Decks, Lethal Allies, Marvel 1995. This deck contains 55 playing cards, 7 mission cards, 1 instructional card and an instructional booklet. But it's still sealed, so I thought that was a good go. This one was sort of half open, but it's all split open, so I can actually inspect it. This is the Deadly Foes Tournament Training Deck. Don't know what that was, card-wise, but yeah. There was a big box where the woman said it was, what was it, 10 things for £1? I couldn't find 10 things, so what do you do in that circumstance? I ended up finding 3, and I said, how about 3 for 50p? That was one of them. It's Big Ears from Noddy. I think it's die-cast metal here, or porcelain maybe, and die-cast metal bite. It's really good craftsmanship.